Children are creepy. I'm sorry, they just are, and we are going to be proving that today by reading from the Ask Reddit thread, Parents of Reddit, what is the creepiest thing your young child has ever said to you? Welcome back to Creepy Crochet and Creepypasta, a series where I crochet something creepy and talk about something even creepier. Let's get into it. I was tucking in my 2-year-old. He said, "Goodbye, Dad." I said, "No, we say goodnight." He said, "I know, but this time it's goodbye." I had to check on him a few times to make sure he was still there. And someone commented, "Check on him? If I were you, I'd be sleeping with one eye open." So this person told their child, "Go back to sleep, there isn't anything under your bed." The child said, "He's behind you now." Still haven't gotten over that one and shiver at the memory. Yeah, no kidding. And someone followed up with, "My 5-year-old at the time had night terrors and would scream in her sleep. One night I said, 'Mama's here, it's okay.' She looked right at me still asleep and screamed, 'Mama? But who is that behind you? What is wrong with y'all's kids?'" By the way, if you have any weird stories like this about your children or a child in your life saying strange things like this, please leave a comment. Also, should I set up an email for people to send me their personal scary stories, or am I getting ahead of myself? Let me know. My 3-year-old daughter stood next to her newborn brother and looked at him for a while, then turned and looked at me and said, "Daddy, it's a monster, we should bury it." Okay. I was sound asleep, and at around 6 a.m. I was woken up by my 4-year-old daughter's face inches from mine. She looked right into my eyes and whispered, "I want to peel all your skin off." The backstory here is I had been sunburned the previous week and was starting to peel. In my sleep-addled state, however, it was pretty terrifying for a few seconds. I didn't know if I was dreaming or what was going on. My kid's Catholic school is over 100 years old. There's a basement under the gym that's used for storage. I was subbing once, and during recess, one of the kickballs goes down the stairs. A little girl was standing at the top of the stairs yelling, "Just throw it up to me." I went over and asked who she was talking to, and she replied, "That big man down the stairs." I went down and there was nobody down there, and it was the only way in. I asked some of the other kids if they had seen the man before, and they said yes, but sister told us not to talk to him. I asked them to describe sister, and they described a nun, and there haven't been nuns at the school in 40 years. I don't have kids, but once, visiting some friends on a farm, my buddy's youngest girl, 5 or 6 at the time, was afraid of the chickens. I tried to explain to her that the chickens weren't there to hurt us, but she wasn't having it. So I'm sitting around the fire pit looking at one of the chickens a few feet in front of me when I feel a hot breath in my ear as she whispers, "See, he's always watching." Horrific and hysterical all at once. While not something my own child has said, my younger cousin, around 5 at the time, once drew a picture of a black monster, looked up at me, and said, "He told me to draw this. He's coming for you. You better hide." Yeah, no, we're done for today. Let me know if you want a part 2 to this or other scary story themes that